And Mrs. McAfee, thank you so much as always for all the booking help and all that. Appreciate you. Yalla, yalla, I gave you the warning, infidels, as the signal flare goes up at twitch.tv/conspiracy horsemen on our way to 2 million downloads. It's the Ultra Kayfabe declassified version, and that's right, your government lied to you. All those times they said that they love you, they lied to you, and now it's true. It's the return of the Mac, infidels. That's right, the Mac is back here on your Conspiracy Horsemen. Yalla. Ha 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 ha! Yes, sir.
Listen, Ben, I'm not sure the government lies to you. I mean, we voted for them to help us and protect us or something. I don't know, but listen, we can pursue that if you'd like.
Well, I mean, we had fun going out and filling out a sheet. I don't know if anything aside from Theater of the Absurd, that exercise was, and we'll see if there even is a November. We might be gone till November, but welcome back to the Conspiracy Horsemen, the McAfees. Great to see you both.
Thank you for having us.
Soundproof.
Yes, thank you very much, man, and all of you guys, including the guy that mugged me in the parking lot.
There's plenty to talk about as the world turns, and every day it's what can we fear porn the world with. But you reached out to us. I mean, you were putting the shout out there, but you said, I've had enough. It's time to knuckle up. You're looking for a UFC fight against Bill Gates. Bring your own weapon, whatever it is you want. So I wanted to give you the floor right now to say what you have to say to Bill Gates to get this fight pumped up. What is it you're looking to do?
I've met Bill Gates. Bill, I've only met you once. That was in 1985 for an hour. I don't know jack shit about you, quite frankly, and all that I have heard is from the mainstream media. I don't know if you know it, Bill, but I know that that's bullshit. So I don't know anything about you other than on that hour that I did spend with you. I would rather drive a nail through my foot than spend another hour.
I mean, for a guy who claims to be a tech wizard who really just bought his operating system for $50,000 and he's nothing more than a poker junkie, now trying to tell everybody in the world what to do because he can spread money around, he doesn't impress me much. And I checked the Vegas odds and they got you up at 600 over Bill Gates in a first round chokeout.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
We'll put down the $1 million to win 600,000. That's not a problem, sir. So
I tell you what, though, I'm sneakier than Bill. I mean, I think that's his problem. He's just so bland.
Well, he looks about as exciting as a sack of cottage cheese, and that's as good.
Which is why, like I said, I mean, I think dinner with him would be a horror right now. Jesus God, what could we talk about? I mean, seriously, what could we talk about? Hey, Bill, last time we went to Bangkok, did you check that show where the girl squatting over a grapefruit, stood up and the grapefruit was gone? I mean, fuck me, that impressed me. Did you see that? No, what can you talk to him about? I don't fucking know.
See, that would be great to talk to him about that and just watch his head explode. every example you bring
up,
the
way, I actually fucking saw that. Wasn't a big grapefruit, I admit, but it was a goddamn grapefruit. It might have been an orange, but it was a yellowish orange. I'm calling it.
It was a Tangelo. It's still impressive.
It was like this. People sitting on the stage. She came out smiling, beautiful young girl, squatted down, sat on the stage, got up, fucking gone, disappeared. Most impressive thing I've ever seen, and she refused to give me her phone number or even to meet with me for drinks afterwards. That I thought was rude.
Was her stage name Senora Vice Grip?
No, I'm sorry. This has been a long time. If a woman doesn't go out with me, I forget everything about her. That
was the best fresh squeezed orange juice. Best fresh squeezed orange juice ever.
Gates would concentrate on his fact that he was vaccinated and downloaded a contact tracing app. I think that's all he would care about.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah.
The contact tracing, is that not the scariest motherfucking thing?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
And that's what. Yeah, where we cross lines with technology and smart nanotech after the fear porn reigned supreme of COVID-19 in an early exercise to inflict martial law. And now here we are with problem reaction solution based off of more race baiting off of a tragedy, and the power players owning the media and playing both sides.
I never ever have I ever promoted a product of mine on a podcast. Never. But I want to tell you something, because I haven't said this yet. In 5 hours, well, actually 4 hours and 50 minutes, I'm announcing on Twitter an entirely new technology. It's called the Ghost Cell Phone Data Service by John McAfee, which, hang on, people, listen to this. You are anonymous and you cannot be tracked. In other words, provided you're using the data service. Now you can take, by the way, we just earlier today on our Telegram group, the Ghost Telegram group, we had a test of 20 SIM cards, and it's an eSIM, people, where you download it, and it only works, unfortunately, on the newer phones, Samsung S20, S20 Plus, the Samsung Fold, the Samsung Flip, the Google Pixel, the new Google Pixel, and any iPhone put out in the past 6 months that accepts eSIMs. You can throw your SIM card away, download one of our eSIMs, and you're now a fucking ghost. You're a ghost. You can't be tracked. Listen, this is going to piss off a lot of people, mostly Google, I think. Well, no, mostly the U.S. government. But hang on, they're pissing me already. We're in fucking hiding. I mean, what more could they do? I mean, really? So, and it's in beta test now. It's coming out. Product September the 15th, and it is going to change the world.
Wow!
It's going to fucking change the world. I've been working on this forever.
You can't make phone calls, but who makes phone calls anymore anyways?
Who makes a fucking phone call anymore? We're talking on
For
Zoom, Skype, what are we talking on? Zoom. Who makes phone calls?
Yeah, and I do have to call you. I have to call your bluff on pushing technology, because you were the first ones to put us onto Zoom on our first one, and we know you're invested, and you've increased over this COVID-19. You've cashed in huge off of Zoom stock, which has gone up 600% as well. So I'm gonna have to call your bluff.
I bought all the fucking stock before this thing started. So please, I'm not.
Go around.
I may be crazy, but I'm not stupid.
No,
so.
Never that.
Anyway.
Stevie, let's go around the horn, guys. I'll pass the mic. Go ahead, buddy.
Well, I mean, it's definitely piqued my interest. First and foremost, I'm sorry I missed the last time you guys were on. I was out of town mugging people, so I'm very busy. I have a full-time job.
I'm going to believe that, quite frankly.
No, I'm harmless. Unless it's a
Do you know
cat,
how many
then
senior
I'll kidnap
citizens
the
you
cat.
had to beat?
But I'm really, in all seriousness, it's piqued my interest about, especially with the current events. But before that, this data technology coming out in September, I'm definitely interested in that. Do you have any preliminary plans or pricing or anything like that worked out?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not cheap. Why? It's not cheap. It's not cheap to develop. Okay, so the plans, it depends on where you are in the world. In the United States, $49.95 per month, and you only get 1 gig free with that. Now, keep in mind, this is to keep you a ghost for when you want to communicate over the net with someone, and you don't want anybody to know where the fuck you are. That's what you use this. Put your other SIM card back in when you want to make a phone call or something else. But that's going to be $49.95 per month. Get 1 gig free. An additional gig, I'm sorry, it's going to be $29.95. But I don't anticipate you're going to be downloading porn anonymously. No one gives a flying fuck, do they? So that's going to be the pricing that we anticipate unless anything changes. There's a registration fee of $9.95. That's for the administration of making sure that you have actually paid the money in one way or the other, and that's it. You download the SIM and you're a ghost. Now you can change this any fucking time you want. Change. You say, okay, well, I've been using this for 2 weeks. I'm afraid that I don't trust McAfee. He says that no one can find me. what if I've got the U.S. government asking, well, you get another plan for $29.95. Same phone, just download a different SIM, which you then scan. I don't know if you know about eSIMs. You guys know what eSIMs are?
Well, electronic version of a SIM card, yes.
Right, it's an eSIM. Basically, it's a scan code, like a Bitcoin or Ethereum scan code. You scan it today. In fact, if you look at my Twitter, I published some responses from the beta testers, Germany, America, other parts of the world. All of them say it's fantastic. The data rates are fantastic, as fast as you'll get with any other service. You're going to be a ghost. So, but it's not cheap to be a ghost. But we're going to bring the prices down as we can figure this out more. No one's tried this before. I'm amazed that we actually managed to do it without getting whacked by the CIA. Janice here has been my support through this entire thing. What you want to do, I have all kinds of ideas. Let's build a base on the moon and make a sex slave colony, shit like that. But I passed them by Janice first, and so I passed this one by her. She said, "Oh God damn, that's good. Did you know?"
Brilliant. Yes, it's brilliant, and you guys are gonna love it. You're gonna love it. It'll be a little. Yes.
So you nixed the moon base idea.
You know what? Because
yes, she did. She did. I didn't like the idea of slaves. I mean, a sex colony, but not sex slaves. What is a slave on a globe rotating around the Earth that has no laws?
I'm sorry. I just had a problem that men were not also going to be the slaves.
What about sex clones instead of
catered to the men? But I think we need some space aliens catered to women as well, right? It needs to be an equal opportunity situation.
No one's
let's ask an honest question to Janice.
I'm not going to argue that one because it's a dead end to argue with Janice. But come on, guys, please. Who was created first, according to the Bible? Man.
Yes. Okay. And we were created after because God got it wrong, and He was like, "Let me fix this shit." And then here we are.
You just can't fucking win with her.
So Janice, quick question then: If God was wrong first time around and created man, and then improvise with the upgrade by creating women, then that proves that God is a man because allegedly women don't make mistakes.
Boom, boom.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
Anybody who's been married knows the following. Only men can make mistakes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Women cannot make mistakes. It's never happened in the history.
It's not in our DNA. We're just not
if you doubt that, please get married. You unmarried gentlemen out there. You don't know the truth of yourself. You want to find the truth of yourself, marry. Doesn't matter who. Random bitch on the street. It's all the same fucking thing. After 2 weeks of marriage, it turns into the same thing. The left hand of Satan. There you have it.
How do we take the ghost phone and fuck Elon Musk over it by jumping on all of his satellites for free 5G soon enough? Like
it's coming in September 15th, and there will be announcements all over the world about it. Hey, you might be able to get a beta testing thing if you go onto my Twitter account. I did a retweet from Josh Case, who's running the project for me. Maybe you can be a beta tester, right?
Stevie is already on it. He is tweeting now. Stevie is he wasn't here earlier, but he is our complete tech influencer. He does, with microphones. He's been through every microphone that there is online for podcasting and building his own computers.
How about the outside of Guitar Center for sure?
Well, hang on. Let me tell you, the greatest benefit of this is for the single gentlemen that are out picking up women at bars twice a week or twice a day or whatever your frequency may be. At some point, if you do a DM or they got your fucking phone number, pretty soon they're going to find out where the fuck you are. I'm just saying right now. Plus, you can download software that can track your fucking spouse. Don't have to be a spouse. They don't give a shit. You can just be a girlfriend or a boyfriend you met 20 minutes ago. You can track his sorry ass for $59.95. Look it up on the web. No. See, with this, they can't do it. And
why are we the crazy ones? Okay, sometimes y'all are stalkers too. Okay, we don't want you having our phone numbers.
How many men go out and stalk?
I mean,
I'm curious.
We can get the real-time analytics.
Excuse me, there's episodes on it on Snapped. All right.
Snap, that
Men
show
do
that
it all
shows
the
women how
time.
to
It's
kill
a show.
people.
He's never seen that show.
I don't watch television, so Janice has me. See, I can't
Maybe
argue
that
this
was a
shit.
bad example.
When
Yeah,
I
it's
can't,
a show. The show for women to learn how to kill their husbands.
okay, that's fine. See, and here's the thing: whenever we have an argument and I'm winning, she brings up some fucking television show to prove me wrong. Right? Something I've never seen. How can you argue that shit?
Because the
I mean,
plot,
I don't know what she's talking about.
The plot is already written, and the lime is already on your grave, my man. Like, 'cause she already knows.
She watches.
knows.
That's why if you ever catch her watching TV and she's going,
I'm not wondering why she's writing shit down while she's watching television.
get out of the room.
What the fuck is that about? I figured it out, right?
So now, so this ghost program. So now this isn't to be confused with Ryan Reynolds' new Mint phone thing, right?
No, I don't know anything
I've not heard
about
about
that. What is that?
What
Oh
is
yeah,
that?
he's actually started his own phone company called Mint. And he jumped into the phone game where he gets you a phone for $15 and your own line for $15, any phone you want. So like I see like all these celebrities are giving up on doing the, I own a restaurant, I own this, own it. Now they're getting in more into tech, into the e-trades, and this along with his bullshit burner phones, I think would be awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, but listen, we got enough problems without cooperation, which is always a fucking problem. I'm just saying right now.
And it doesn't have to be
Hey, let me
your end, I'm just
cooperate
saying.
with you. Let me cooperate. What that means is let me see if I can meddle, fuck around, and delay this thing for you.
Yeah.
No. We're struggling ahead with the tiny little idea that we have, and hopefully it will come to fruition on the 15th of September.
I think you have an opportunity here to do what Sprint and AT&T did with their spokesman there, and you could go get the Obama phone lady and have her be the marketing person for yours, where she screams McAfee phone at everybody out there.
Nice.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
GGP, what do you got, man? As it all falls down in New York around you, things opening back up, supposedly.
It's a shit show here in New York. Anyway.
Is it?
Yeah.
So what the fuck is happening
is
over
going
there?
on
See,
over
listen, we can't come to America.
Yeah,
I got you.
It's first run martial law is what it is. Right
Is
now.
it really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's
To a certain extent, yeah, they had curfew out last week. The curfew has been lifted. Stuff's especially in New York City, everything is boarded up on Fifth Avenue.
On Fifth Avenue.
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Fifth fucking Avenue is boarded. I can't imagine what that looks like.
it looks like the zombie apocalypse. To be honest with you,
Well, must be a great goddamn opportunity for people wanting to do a futuristic apocalyptic movie. Think about it.
yeah.
And if I was the
B-roll.
mayor of New York, I'd be putting out feelers. Hey, anybody want to do a movie? Here's $1 million
He's too busy
a day
fucking
to
everything
come and
up
film.
anyway.
Just stock footage alone of what you can get of police in riot gear marching up the street by billboarded up shit
Kind of
is
spooky,
crazy.
isn't it?
Yeah.
That's spooky.
But then
And,
there's
the scariest thing for me, and I got nothing against Trump really, but the scariest thing is that mofo was talking about calling up the army. Now, I don't know what you feel about that, but let me tell you some facts. Most of the retired, still living Army, Air Force, Navy, Marine generals have gotten together and sent Trump a letter saying this is going to be a crisis for America and maybe the end of the American experiment. And here's why, people. It's more subtle than you may think. We're dealing with, first of all, what's perceived as a racial crisis. And it is indeed. I mean, let's face it, goddamn, 5 times as many black men are in prison than white men. Think about it, for God's sake. And we do have videos of the most horrific fucking things. And just be fair, not just with blacks, white men too get the shit beaten out of them, sometimes killed by police. So now, but mostly it's considered a racial divide, a racial conflict. Now, the army is 43% black. I don't know if Donald Trump figured this out yet. Okay, that's number one. Number two, here's the conflict with the army, and here's what the general said. They said, what the founding fathers could never resolve was the standing army. How do you keep the standing army from taking over the country, which they do in most third world countries every few years, right? And so they created a catch-22, a rock and a hard place. That is, all armed forces swear an oath. And in the oath, you swear to defend the Constitution, which separates the military from the civil population. At the same time, you swear to obey whatever president is sitting in the open fucking office. Now, you tell me that's not a tension that could go either way. Mm-hmm. Add to that 40% are black. What are you going to do? You're only going to send white soldiers into the city? No. I think if the army is in fact called in, first of all, I would never call them into Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, for example, Tennessee, South Carolina, because the shooting will actually start for real. You guys know this. I mean,
well, Katrina showed it. I mean, L.A.
Pardon?
Hurricane Katrina showed the disarmament and you know, a roundup and rendition of people in America, and that response in a problem reaction solution, FEMA style, you know, money grab. And we're at this precipice with the UNNWO.org, where the players, whether it's Bill Gates, the Clinton Foundation, Soros money backing it all, they're just pushing everything that's from the China agenda into, you know, no borders, no anything means anything anymore. And everybody's feeling that. Even at the grocery store with this social distancing, and Stevie can speak to this, they've done such a Orwellian job of disdain, of hating people. And in 2 minutes of hate, like, everyone is just looking out of the corner of their eyes, shifty at everybody else. You can only walk up the aisle this way. You have to go down the aisle the other way.
Yes, yes. Now, is that not crazy? By the way, that's all over the world, including where we are.
Yes,
no, you've got, they painted fucking arrows on the goddamn floor. All right. And they painted yellow lines 6 feet from whatever counter you're trying to buy something from. It's fucked up, people. Mm-hmm. However, I'm looking at the reality of the human condition. I mean, really, what is the human condition? We're loving people, we're gracious, we're generous, we're compassionate, we're caring. Simultaneously, and if you deny this, then that's on you. Simultaneously, we are fearful, jealous, envious, greedy, sometimes gluttonous, always angry. Not always, but you tell me what week goes by that you don't get angry at something. And if you give that creature power, what half gets the power? Is it the half that loves? Does love need power? Fuck no. Fuck no. Love is the absence of power. Love is that connection between two human beings where I don't want power over you. I want to commune fucking with you. Generosity, grace. No, none of these things need power. What needs power in the fucking human condition? Greed. I'm going to have power to take something from you, don't I? Anger. I've got to have power to make sure I beat the shit out of you and you don't beat the shit out of me. No. All of the negative qualities of the human species need power. And when you give a man or a woman unlimited power, what part of that human being do you think is wielding it? Love? I'm sorry. No, I don't think so. No, it's anger and hatred and hostility, greed, envy, jealousy, all, and fear. And I bring up fear because I think this is what might tip the balances in America. So if you look at our president, Donald Trump, right now he's kind of between a rock and a hard place. I mean, the latest polls show a man with no brain that has to be reminded every day that he's running for president, and probably 3 or 4 times a day, Joe Biden is leading him in the fucking polls, all right? Now, and Trump, he's still in the midst of shit, right? I mean, so what would I do if I were Trump? And I know the nature of human beings. I might go, God damn it, I'm not going to win the next election. This might be the only opportunity to become dictator of America. How do I do that? I want to call up the army and just wipe out everybody I don't like. Think about this, people, please, God. You think that has not occurred to this brain? I promise you it has, to that part which is greedy, fearful, and envious, jealous, angry, hostile. Fuck me, people, wake up. See the truth, not of what's happening in the goddamn street, but what's happening in here. And what's happening in here is influenced by what? The mainstream fucking media, people. They tell you what to fear. What did we do? We went inside and locked our goddamn doors because they frightened us. The coronavirus is going to kill everybody in a horrible fucking way. You're going to disintegrate in a pool of blood and scream, whatever. What do? We obey, because what happens when fear takes hold? You look for a savior. You look for a savior. Oh, the government's my savior now. They know what to do. We elected them to take care of shit like this. And take care of what? Us, the fucking people. So we acted like sheep, went and closed our goddamn doors. What happens when fear strikes not the sheep, but the shepherd? You know, the shepherd might do anything. Surrounded by a pack of wolves, he might go, God damn it, all right, I'm going to have to sacrifice these 200 sheep to those goddamn wolves. And who fucking knows? But the shepherd is sure as hell we're going to be after one thing, himself. The wolf is either going to eat the sheep or eat him. Which one do you think the shepherd chooses? Wake up, people. It's in here that the problem lies, and in here that we have to understand the potential solutions. No, I'll give up on that. I talk nonsense most of the time.
No, you're not talking nonsense, John. You're not talking nonsense. Us as a podcast, we've touched base on this many times recently, to where everything that's going down right now is just a brainwashing tactic by the lamestream media intentionally to basically control the population, like you just said, through fear mongering, in order to get people to conform and to obey. And the real scenario that's going on is it wasn't a racial scenario that went down initially, but they made it a racial scenario in order to disguise what's really going on, and that's Hillary Clinton being put on trial in the background, and Rosenstein testifying that Russiagate was fake, and all the subpoenas being administered to the cabinet members of Obama for wiretapping Trump in 2016 before the election. So entire pillars that are holding up the DNC will come down and crumble right before the election. And they obviously want to disguise that in order to try to keep Trump from becoming 2020. And it's no coincidence.
Let me tell you what I anticipate happening. I want to make a prediction. I seldom do this.
Are you still running for president?
No, I lost. I lost to Joe. What's her name?
Joe Jorgensen.
Yeah, which is fine. I didn't want to be president, for God's sake, people. I just wanted to run. To point out, because listen, I was running both for president and vice president on libertarian ticket. Yes. Why? Because they had a fucking flaw in their constitution, and I took advantage. That there was nothing that says the same person can't run both for president and vice president. I was running for both. Okay, nobody liked it. No, I was making a fucking charade out of what was already a charade.
Did you lose for vice president, though? I mean, you could still be up for vice president. Did you lose for that? I mean,
no. Listen, okay, so I got instead of I might have made vice president actually, but yeah, I chose to get drunk and stoned the day of the debate rather than debate. I didn't even bother to go to the debate, people. This is the truth. I don't want to. I mean, that's a fucking obligation. Why am I going to spend time being something I can't be? Fact of life. So no, I got drunk instead. But,
just as an aside, I showed Ben and the guys earlier inside the house. I have the 2016 John McAfee card.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
you do.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I'll send it to you in email.
It was pretty tremendous, man. You look like you're about to rip into some country music, man. You got the mic in front of you. It's good. It's good stuff.
But GGP is right.
So no, I'm not running. I'm not running at all. But here's what I think is going to happen, people. I think that, number one, please God, if anybody thinks that Joe Biden really is not, he's not a retarded person because he's had a brain once. he's senile or something.
Yeah.
But his brain's not functioning properly. No, it's okay. He got the
I'm not
nomination.
sure it ever really was.
How about
Right.
that?
If
Somebody didn't pay the power
party,
company.
if I were running the Democratic Party, I would have been sure that he got it too. Why? Because what people really want, I think, is Michelle Obama. I really do.
And The
Dick or
Rock.
no dick.
The Rock,
Pardon?
The Rock,
Yes,
The
they
Rock
like
and
Dwayne
Michelle.
Johnson.
If The Rock fits every category. He's a movie star. He looks great. He's got so much money now, and he's on the Republican side of the things. And he's beloved
That's not going to
around
happen,
the world.
and here's why. The reason it's not going to happen. Can you imagine the Democratic Party trying to control Dwayne Johnson? Ain't happening, people. I mean, seriously. Can you see coming up? Hey, Dwayne, fuck you.
Yeah, he wasn't groomed for politics.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Bring it on. And the CIA comes and says, listen, we're going to whack your ass if you don't. You're going, yeah? Why don't you start now? No, I don't think that's happening. I really don't.
Really?
It's too much.
I saw him crossing lines because you've got the minority filled, and this is what I feel like they're trying to do with everything affirmative action that's going to come out of this push with hires across the board, money for colleges, the big scheme that they're going to pull on everybody to get their cut. He fits that on the Republican side. Hey, we'll put up an accepted by everybody man of color, and then the Michelle.
But you're gonna have to whack Trump. Here's the problem.
Well, yeah, that's fine. That's just throw a bag of Cheetos.
It's a difficult task. I mean, I think it's more difficult now. So many presidents have been whacked by the CIA. I think it's more difficult now. I think what's more likely is that in October we're going to find out that Biden's doctor has confirmed that he has advanced dementia and therefore is not capable of running a country. Well, there's going to be chaos for about 3 or 4 days, after which the party comes up with who? Michelle Obama. Who is her vice president? Hillary Clinton. And this is what we're going to deal with. Now, can you imagine the chaos? And the public going to go, oh my God, suddenly we don't have to deal with this, or that, no, the woman with the dick. I mean, I don't know.
It sounds plausible.
Which one?
Scary plausible. Yeah. Scary.
Let me ask you a question, then, Mr. McAfee and Janice. Do you think could it be the first time in history? Because there was a lot of people talking about when Hillary was running that Bill could possibly be the first man instead of first lady in the White House. Do you think Barack would be a vice presidential candidate underneath her since he has two terms as president?
No. No one would accept that. No, first of all, there's a word for that in the corporate world. I'm not going to say it. It's an ugly word where you hire your sister or your wife to be vice chairman, vice president of engineering, even though you don't know fucking jack shit. No, that's not going to happen. I think Americans are not. I really think if it's not Hillary, then it'll be somebody else equally as unlikable. But I think this is what's going to happen, and I think Donald Trump would have a hard fucking time climbing that. Now,
why
if someone, pardon?
Why do you think it's Michelle and not Hillary? Why wouldn't
because
Hillary
we all know
the third time's the charm?
Hillary, unfortunately, her baggage is too big now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she'd have to crawl onto the fucking stage under the weight of her goddamn baggage. It's not going to work. So, if Trump chooses to resign or pisses off his wife enough that she stabs him in the balls and he bleeds to death or something, well then, yeah, I think The Rock would be a good choice. But you have to figure out how to get Trump out of the way. I don't think that's
man,
easy.
all you need is a bag of Cheetos with some rat poison in it, and you leave it on the desk. He's gonna go for it 9 out of 10 times. He's going for the rat poison Cheetos.
I'm not sure that you folks have not crossed the line. I'm being serious. I'm talking as a man on the run from the law, and a man who's been imprisoned, not imprisoned, but jailed 21 fucking times in 11 countries. I think what you've just spoken might make at least the Secret Service prick up their ears, and they just whack people constantly. Maybe even the goddamn Justice Department as inciting assassination of a sitting American president. Now, unless the man is standing while we're talking about this, I don't know if sitting actually makes no difference, but no, I'm just saying. Listen, I'll
DOJ, man,
anything and take it.
Listen to this
I'll
guy.
This
guy with the
Grosso. I'm the one who said it.
Yeah, this guy with the hard sell on me with the ghost phone. He's trying to scare me into buying a ghost phone right out of the gate here. This is you can't work a worker. I know what you're doing.
He's the best marketer.
What I'm saying is that that was spoken by a man already in hiding from serious goddamn charges. So I risk nothing. I'll talk about anything. Let's talk about assassinating Jesus sitting on the right hand of God. Let's talk about it. But you guys, I don't know if you're willing to live the existence that Janice is, then fuck it. Let's talk about anything.
Listen, they're not going to assassinate Trump before November because then they'll have to deal with Pence, and Pence is probably a bigger pain in the ass. That's what we call job security. He has a lot of job security with his VP in office, so they'll bear it for the next couple of months, and then we'll see what shenanigans go down before the election because we know something's going to happen.
Oh yeah, something major.
Yeah, something will.
And
we know this people.
Now they're dropping the seeds, saying that there's going to be a second wave of this coronavirus in the fall, coincidentally, right before the election. So we'll see what's up their sleeves. We know 9 out of 10 times.
Well, of course there's going to be a second wave. There's going to be a wave every goddamn year. It's like the flu, people.
That's it. It's just something new.
It's like that the flu is going to come every goddamn fall, leave us in the late spring, every year from now on forever. Well, what happens is the human race, as we get it and survive, do you realize nobody under the age of 50 has died from this? It's been proven. No one's proven they died. Maybe a dozen possibilities. Doesn't kill anybody under 50. Hasn't killed a single person under 30 except one possible 17-year-old who was
without pre-existing conditions.
Yes, they have. Yeah, well, come on. Yeah, if your pre-existing condition is drug addiction and you just overdosed on heroin, then are you going to call it a death by coronavirus? I doubt it. But no, sorry.
No, but they have been. They have been here in New York. They've been forced to write death by coronavirus on certain scenarios so they can meet their quota, just like a cop who has to write tickets.
And it's
to meet their quota every month.
We've heard this. We've heard this from healthcare professionals, from people working in the industry, not just. It's not from a conspiracy website. We didn't read it off of whatever bullshit.com. I know personally, we've gotten.
I like that site.
I love that.
Check
Listen, if that site is not taken, somebody please register that mofo now.
Yeah, whatever bullshit.
Whatever bullshit.com. I want to do it right after this. I'm doing it. If you mofos don't, I'm telling you now.
It is available, Mr. McAfee. It is available.
You can get it on ProWrestlingTees.com.
One second.
SCG shirts.
That's WHATE. VERVULLSHIT.
Can we get our percentage on
already
sales?
put something wrong. Give it here. Typo.
Janice typed it.
No, if you want to add video to that site, go for .tv.
Yeah, but the people who died from this are old farts like me. All right?
Yeah, but you're young at heart.
You know what? I'm telling you right now. This site is neither existing, IP address could not be found, neither does it go to any domain registry agency. If you people out there listening, you guys here, it's too late. I promise you whoever's listening has already registered this. You guys out there listening, this is the website of the goddamn century. It's available now. You don't even have to pay. Who are those? GoDaddy. You don't have to pay GoDaddy. $100. No, fuck me. Register it for whatever, $9.95 a year. I'm just saying now. I'm an entrepreneur. I know an opportunity when I see one. A net opportunity, greatest I've ever heard. Thank you, my friend.
Best place to get ghost phones at whateverbullshit.com.
Yes.
Whateverbullshit.com.
Number one supplier.
I want to check that out. I mean, all you got to do is say, "Hey, have you ever been on whateverbullshit.com?" Fuck what? No. I'm going now. Just saying.
Yeah. Just to jump over to another topic. I mean, we've been talking about this recently, and since you've been traveling the globe, being the world traveler that you are, for whatever reasons doesn't matter. Have you experienced any UFO phenomenons in your traveling since now all the latest rage is the Pentagon releasing declassified footage of unidentified flying objects, not aliens, just UFOs.
And the ones in Brazil.
And now this big scenario that happened in Brazil and all this stuff. Have you ever experienced anything of that nature in your time?
Yes, of course, we all have.
In a sober state. In a sober state.
No.
That one day.
I should have led with
sober
that.
from alcohol, right?
No.
If you're not excluding drugs, well, fuck me more times I can count. Right? I mean, one time in St. Louis, Missouri, in 1975, God appeared in the heavens as a fucking bright star, shot down beside me in a beam of light, and told me all the secrets of the universe, which I forgot immediately thereafter, and had the worst goddamn trip of my life. I mean, I was 6 hours later, I was hiding behind garbage cans in alleys in St. Louis. At one point, I thought that maybe there's safety inside with numbers. I walked into a bar. As soon as I walked in, everybody stopped talking and turned and looked at me. I think that was real. I mean, think about it. You got some guy tripping his fucking ass off, coming in with wild eyes, looking around, unkempt, and hiding in fucking trash cans. So suddenly, of course, you're going to stop and look. So I go, fuck me, they're here. They got here ahead of me. So this was in the days of phone booths and telephone books. You guys don't know what a fucking telephone book is. Anyway, so I'm going to pretend to make a phone call, then sneak out quietly. Okay. So I got the phone book, and the phone book was no longer in alphabetical order. It started with X, and then there was an M, and then a T, and a Z. It was like, fuck that. I go, all right, they definitely got here ahead of me. I was fucked up, man. I was fucked up for weeks. Fucking weeks I was fucked up. Lost my job. My wife left me. No, it was bad shit. But yes, I mean, in situations like that, sure, you see all kinds of crap. I mean, is it real or not? I don't know. How can I fucking know? I mean,
that sounds exactly like the way Stevie came up with SRF Fitness.
Yeah,
exact same story. That's the exact same way Stevie came up with SRF Fitness.
Stevie,
which is an actual website. It's an extra F. Yeah. You leave the F off for savings.
So yes, of course. I mean, first of all, well, fuck me, we're in hiding anyway. I mean, I worked on black programs while I worked for Lockheed. You know, Lockheed, one of the large military contractors,
right by the building.
And because I always was sort of ahead of my time technologically, let me tell you this fucking story. So now, my boss calls me and says, you've been tapped for black program. And I knew what black programs were. We all did. We worked for fucking black programs or programs. They don't exist. Don't fucking exist. You still get paid your salary by God knows who. But the program you're working on doesn't exist. It's black. Why? Because they can't have anybody know how much money's going into it, what you're working on, who's working on it, and so on. In order to get the job, you had to get a top secret security clearance. And just said we're scheduled to do for clearance exam. Spent a whole goddamn day when they asked me questions like, did you ever fuck a chicken? I mean, I'm thinking, can you fuck a chicken? No, seriously. And I said,
never thought about it until today, but
no. I said, can you fuck a chicken? They said, never mind. Did you ever? Not to my recollection. So anyway, they went on to things like, have you ever used illegal drugs? I go, yes. What kind? I go, every kind. How often? Pretty much constantly. Did you ever sell drugs? Yes. Why? Well, to make a fucking living, people. I mean, it's a good business. So after all of that shit, and took a lie detector test on, so I go back to my boss and say, okay, forget it. No way I'm getting a security clearance. 2 weeks later, I got a fucking top secret security clearance. Listen, now if I can get a security clearance, Satan can get a fucking security clearance. I mean, anybody can. But or maybe the fact that I didn't shy away from anything. Have you ever cheated on your wife? Yes. How often? Fuck me as often as I can. I mean, this is really how I answered. Okay. Have you had other girlfriends you were unfaithful to? Yes. How many? All of them. But this is the fucking truth. We are honest with each other.
Yes, we're honest with each other. Yes, I know
right? So,
you are. You're a whore.
What's that?
Yes, you're a whore. I know.
I'm horrid.
No, I said, yes, you're a whore. I know. It's
okay. Oh, I'm a whore. Yeah, nevertheless, you know. So maybe the fact that they go, you know what? I don't think the Russians or the Chinese could break this man by threatening to divulge some information, because I mean he was pretty. I don't fucking know. But anyway, I worked on the black program, and fuck me, they're gonna shoot me. I know they are. For the Air Force, I can't tell you what it did. I was at that time one of the greatest. Look at my fucking arrogance and ego. Yeah, but I was. This is the truth. One of the best software engineers in operating systems and interfacing with sophisticated hardware. Why? My first job, and my first programming job was learning programming with General Electric in process automation, automating steel fucking mills. Are we out of time? You guys
no,
they're
keep
bored,
going,
aren't they?
dude.
No, keep going. Yeah, we want to hear this.
Okay, well, anyway, so now, so in any case, I was tapped for the job because I don't think anybody else could have fucking done it. I really don't. I mean, not that I knew. So I got there. It was in a different state. Can't tell you where. And they flew me out on a Monday morning and flew me back to California on a Friday evening. This went on for a year and a half. And I promise you, there are extraterrestrials. I don't know if we have them in a fucking cave or at Area 51, but there are extraterrestrials. Now, oddly enough, they appeared in 1946, shortly after our first atomic bombing of Hiroshima, and a few weeks later of Nagasaki. I don't know if they have atomic weapon detectors where they're coming from or whatever, but beginning then, we have been under constant fucking surveillance, and I know they're going to whack me tomorrow. But no, wait a minute. The CIA's after me, and they haven't found me. And plus, the ghost film is coming out.
Yeah,
so
you'll be fine, I'm sure.
Production.
Well, I mean, I won't tell them that you're at 50 Cent Studio working on your mixtape for this summer to drop. It looks hot. Real hot right here. Johnny Mac is back here with the Conspiracy Horsemen, man. The ghost phone's coming at whateverbullshit.com. We want to say thank you so much for being one of our top listens and a great guest for taking time with us once again here at the Conspiracy Horsemen.
All right. Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you for having us.
Always.
All right. We're going to go party
now.
You
guys
thank
both.
you.
Have a great day, y'all.
All right. Bye-bye.
And there it is.
For his wallet and his keys.
Oh, oh man. And that's how we do it with the hot run-ins, you guys. We got more great shows and great guests as we move towards 2 million. Just to say thank you for being such loyalists, and thank you to my brothers right here who have been on the flagship for the 3 years and what I've been able to, or what we've been able to accomplish by getting the word out there and being to connect with great minds to bring content like that to you guys for free is what we're all about, man. That's what we live for.
I just got one question.
Yo.
When did Billy Jack Haynes and Stevie Richards mug John McAfee?
I don't know. When'd you get him, Stevie?
Supposedly back in 73, 74, he was on a trip, and I made pretend I was God and let my hair down, and I mugged him. And then threw him in a bar, a trash can.
Tremendous.
They gave him a beating with a phone book. He didn't know what the fuck
I
happened.
didn't think he'd remember it.
That's what he kept saying. He's like, you guys don't know phone books. I'm like,
I have everybody out of all four of us, I'm the one that's going to fucking mug somebody. Like, that's the one he's worried about.
You're the gangbanger.
Yeah, right?
That's tremendous.
Mexican Stevie.
Why does he got to be Mexican? You're all rude.
He thinks I'm dark because of the tan. Listen, we got a moment of silence for Gone with the Wind and Cops. Just got canceled today.
Wait, Cops got canceled?
Cops got canceled.
Yeah.
After like 30,000 years on TV?
30 years. Gone with the Wind is now banned from HBO Max.
Yep.
Why is Cops canceled?
Well,
White trash
trigger
cops.
Well, they got live PD now, so nobody cares.
No,
Live PD's next, man.
That's
They're going to cancel Live PD.
Well, they didn't get canceled. They just got shifted over to CNN and MSNBC and Fox on 24/7. They just moved channels.
Also, I love, and I think I may adopt this. When McAfee's done telling a story, he goes, ha 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 ha. I fucking thought every time he did it, because you knew he was done with his thought, because he was like, and that's when I created nuclear generation.
He's like the $1 Million Man, dude.
It was great. It was fucking tremendous. I may do that so people will know when I'm done talking.
I liked your little moment with Snapped and Janice there, where he didn't know, but you guys knew that she was ready to kill him.
She was trying to kill him.
And
because there was a good chance I'm in hiding, and she kept looking at him like, "You better be in hiding, motherfucker."
And when he sells whatever bullshit for $200,000, we'll actually have a court case to say we're owed part of that.
That's right.
The IP originated right here. So good stuff, man. Always.
We should beta test that. I think we should follow up with a message. I'd love to beta test the ghost cell.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Why? Of course.
And coming to ProWrestlingTees.com, well, can you fuck a chicken? And whatever bullshit.com.
It's open, 100% true, man. I checked GoDaddy.
Those will be the two
available.
new ProWrestlingTees.com SEG shirts coming out.
Awesome.
Oh man, that's fucking great.
Oh well, man. Aliens, extraterrestrials are real.
You think Roadkill get mad if we have a fuck the chicken shirt?
He'd buy it. He would absolutely support it. Can you fuck a chicken?
I was gonna
say, just think about this on a sitcom level. Mr. McAfee, table, the big light, dark room, guy in glasses comes.
Can you?
Mr. McAfee, have you ever fucked a chicken? Can you fuck a chicken? Next question. Have you ever done illegal drugs? Can you really fuck a chicken? Like
I'm asking the questions here.
I just see that going on for a good half hour.
Oh man, good.
It's tremendous.
My mom was a terrible cook, and she fucked over a lot of chickens. I'll tell you that. So the answer is yes, in my opinion. Oh shit!
So
but
now,
ET's
do we have
real?
confirmation of ETs?
Yeah, according to him, yeah.
Yeah, we've got confirmation.
But the other thing is too, where he does it after he tells a Fear and Loathing behind the dumpster freak out story on peyote. Right. So he discredits his ability, so they can go, yeah, dude, the guy who's on acid definitely saw our ETs. Sure.
Right.
When he probably did for 18 months.
That was intentional to cover his own six. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and on top of that, the way he was going down this whole path of misery and fear mongering, that I knew he was trying to sell his phone. So I'm glad you called him out, because you can't outwork a worker, brother.
Dude, if they come after me for that was a great joke, and I was afterwards, not just because it's funny, but that joke not only implies that Trump has no portion control and would eat a bag of open Cheetos just sitting in the Oval Office and go back to it, and that somebody would leave it there as a trap and he would know it also shows ignorance. So without saying those things,
I was going to say, do you think he'd be a prick and not even ask anybody? Hey, who's Cheetos?
No, you just look around the room.
Bag, open rules.
That's it, bro. Like, if they came to my front door, either to whack me out, I got no point. But like, I go, if you don't think that's a funny fucking joke, then just kill me now, because it's all
just
over
kill me
with.
now, brother.
Because that shit is fucking. That was good on the fly. So
it was great.
If I got to go down, we all
look
go
on
down.
my desk, POTUS Cheetos.
Yeah,
and he just go to town.
Oh shit. So
do you think that the Cheetos blend in with his orange hand?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
You can never see the Cheetle.
Yeah, he's Cheetle listed. He's Don Cheetle. But man, yeah, that was. I knew when he was going that way. I was like, you're not gonna fucking work me. I'm gonna get your shit back over. But I think his new rap album is, and I was thinking about just naming this as the Ghost Phone Killah. That's his new.
That's perfect.
Ghost Phone Killah. Yeah. Tremendous.
Introducing the Ghost Phone Killah.
ProWrestlingTees.com.
Oh, dude, that's it. A picture of him, Ghost Phone Killah.
Ghost Phone Killah.
I like that.
Money.
I like that.
Money.
So we'll have some fun.
I like the fact, couple of things. One, he just likes to talk and hear himself talk, right? I don't know if it's because No, it's a great guest, but sometimes he talks too much. Like he goes a little
Sure.
too long-winded with his answers. But I like the fact that all four of us kept him in check. Because I've heard him on other podcasts where he just takes over. And it becomes the McAfee hour.
Yeah.
Because everybody's trying to play gotcha with him.
Yeah. Or they want to fucking, you know, it's a little intimidating when they have a tech billionaire who's been on the run for the government for a little bit. Not for us because we've been around enough celebs. So he has to take over because those guys.
They all want to get the dirt on him. We don't give a fuck.
Fuck.
We don't care what he's done. He's done whatever he's done. He's done. Who cares? Just talk to us about what you want to talk about.
And Janice is funny as fuck too, man. So why not have them both? Yeah.
She knows. Think about this, dude. Having to put up with that insane person for 24/7 in a confined spot. Now, I understand it's probably a big confined spot, but you are in hiding with this maniac for 24/7. Yeah, she's got either the best sense of humor or she can turn that shit on and just shut everything out.
Absolutely.
So you could probably torture her for months and you wouldn't get a fucking peep out of her.
Two things. I didn't pop. I popped at Sal Pop because he heard the joke and it went over his head. I don't know if he was too stoned or whatever, but the whole Vice Grip joke I did about that chick with the cantaloupe, I thought it was hilarious.
That was good. It was funny.
Thank you. I try. Second thing is I was going to tell him something, but I didn't want to say it, not because I just figured that if we went down this path, he would ramble on for another 30 minutes about the topic, and I figured the topic was dead already. The fact that every time they have an argument, she brings up a TV show, knowing that he doesn't watch TV, he can't counter-argue. She could bring up freaking Goonies. He has no idea that it has nothing to do with the argument. Yeah. So it's the ultimate Jedi mind trick played on by his wife.
Janice. Yeah.
She
got to know, man. You got to know your way around that shit. Come on.
Dude, if you got to be able to outfox McAfee, you got to use every trick that you can fucking use at your disposal.
She is more, I think she might be scarier than him.
Yeah,
you might be right.
Oh, man. Well, we're going to be back here tonight, you guys, 7:15 Eastern regular time. Yep. Plenty to talk about as we break down, without trying to get too emotional or too judgmental, a lot of information that some we can debunk and dispel on the George Floyd murder and just things that are being sent our way. And I'm not sure if it's disinformation, misinformation. And we got a couple other, normal, cool fantasy pieces. I know Sale sent something about a new lake that was found deep underground and things like that. So
the caves?
Caves
down
and
South
shit
America.
like that. Yeah, we'll check that out. As as the world turns, and Planet X comes a little bit closer every time. From strawberry moons and strawberry fields to the guy who jumps you in the back alley with a phone book, it's the Conspiracy Horsemen infidels. Twitch.tv/Conspiracy Horsemen. YALLA.